They got real climate and everything.
So what's our subject?
Everything we were talking about.
So we want to
You missed a whole bunch of it though. We was going over this stuff because Grover asked me about the walking. So I just showed him, so I can stand up right there. And he was like, so you ain't paralyzed, huh?
amazing. I ain't seen that, man.
And then of course on the podcast videos of me walking. So with his thing too is like most people, you feel like you've been like I think you call it railroaded, where you don't get the chance to experience or hear about all the opportunities that they got when it come down to therapy and research and stuff. Frederick, not to throw them under the bus, but they don't offer a lot of therapy like how when I showed you all the stuff I got going on, I went to Hammer Rehab and Fitness. So he felt like again it's one of them things where it's more so a racial component where it's like, oh no, you go home and we see it later. You figure it out, right?
That's basically what they do. They give you so much.
Right.
They offer so much, and then it's like, well, like my situation, they offered me therapy so many times. Just like, you know what? Well, you need we need to go send you to therapy. But you say I'm too advanced, so what? I go there, you repeat the same cycle as what I. So what do you offer me? What are you trying to show me differently that I came from the last 3-4 times?
Right.
So you send me in there, and like you said, they, like you said, not trying to throw them under the bus, but they only offer so much. It's more to offer.
Right.
When it comes to therapy, that's how I look at it. Like they only, and then too, it's insurance purposes too. It's all about money too.
Oh yeah, you gotta find a way to justify it. So what I ended up doing is once I seen Freighter, they told me I hit my goals, which was basically to be able to get out of the wheelchair into the bed and back, and you can do a safe transfer basically. So once you can justify to the insurance companies why you need to be in therapy, then they're gonna pay for it. But I made it. I went out to Hammer Rehab, and those therapists out there set my goals at basically maintaining my current basically health status. Because if I didn't work out or didn't do therapy, then I would digress, which make me end up being more prone to end up back in the hospital or need some type of medical intervention. So I actually ran into Hammer through another person that was going there by going to spinal cord injury groups. Yeah. That's why I say it's good for us to get together and talk so we can actually exchange information that we wouldn't probably come by if we wasn't all in a group setting talking about these problems and barriers we come upon. Like I said, for him, we didn't come here, like we don't discuss our topics. They just organically pop up because we are together and we can see and experience stuff and talk about it.
Okay. That's
But one of the things too that he's seen is a lady that went to Kentucky, and he's seen that she got a spinal cord epidural stimulator. Where I showed y'all about Yeah. As far as the implant goes,
that's what 30 years. I think you said
she was injured for 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now
she's 12.
Yeah.
I think that's the same link I sent you. I think I sent you that link.
No. It's not the same link, but it's the same technology.
Okay.
So the person that you sent me, he was over in Switzerland.
Oh, I think both of them, but I thought I sent you that link to her too.
Oh yeah. But my thing is, I feel like it's more hope for it because we actually know somebody that had it done already. And she got me into not got me into it, but more closer to being an organized advocate for spinal cord injury research because her hand was stuck closed from being, injured for like a long time, and she got the stimulator put in, and now she opened her hand. Yeah. So that's the benefit after being injured for 16 years, and you get a stimulator put in you, and then 40 days later you open your hand all the way up. Just imagine the possibilities, with therapy.
You think it's gonna be ever a breakthrough with spinal cord injuries?
I know it is. I know it is.
But what do you think about the severed people that's more paralyzed?
That's what they more so focusing they therapeutics on, because the barriers are when it come down to doing clinical trials and trying to find out new procedures and equipment is that they have to do what they call like a double blind, to where they give some people placebos and some people the real thing to make sure that whatever benefits you get is actually true and it's not something in your mind. Like if I give you a water pill and tell you this is going to fix your body, I can mentally trick you. You thinking you got better than what I said. So when it comes down to incomplete injuries and complete injuries, they go for the people that got complete injuries because they know you don't have any feeling below your level of injury. So whatever they do, if you get return or some type of functional gain below your level of injury, then they know it's because of what they did. If you're incomplete, that means you already got something going on past your level of injury, no matter what it may be. Like small touch, you maybe still get an erection, maybe you feel you got to pee or have spasms.
So I read, because I'm passionate. So
that's incomplete. Yeah. If you got anything going on when it comes down to sensory where you can feel or motor where you can move, then that's the incomplete. They actually usually, I'm not sure they did that testing on before, but they see if you got some type of response from your anus, because of course, spinal cord, affected from your head down to your tailbone. But once they start all the clinical trial, they more so focus on the complete injury because they know whatever happened that's good to you, we did it. So now can we duplicate this in other people and how safe is it? So yeah, it's gonna happen to complete injuries first because
would you be mad? Would y'all be mad if they came up with a cure to the spinal cord injury?
it's only for new people.
New people.
That's the first
But that's
thing.
what they're doing though.
No, but I was mad about that too. But what I did find out is probably less likely to happen because again, the barriers that come down with it to spinal cord injury research is that if you do some intervention on somebody that just got injured, again, you don't know if it's because of what you did or they were naturally gonna get better. Right. So they more so going toward people that already got a chronic devastating injury. No, I just told you.
You would be mad?
No, I wouldn't be mad, but I'm just saying I'm cool with it now because I know that's probably not gonna happen. So the opposite that would be I'll be mad because I know what I'll be happy.
I agree with him because for the simple fact, like
y'all know that, so y'all don't want people.
Your body has to get familiar for what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like at first, like when I got injured, they gave me a lot of trials, and I feel like they said, well, we got a new trial. We want you to participate in.
They didn't give me no trials.
I had 3 trials, 3 different trials.
You got lucky then. So he like him. He didn't get none of that.
You had 3 different trials.
I read 3 different trials for I had this acupuncture trial where they trying to find to see what nerves was gonna move. So every time they gave me electric shock, they was trying to see what was gonna move. If I got up, I sat up, this, but my body can respond to that. Did another trial. I actually did a trial for Wisconsin University for shoulders and like movement or how we move. That trial.
That's another thing too. When they come out of them clinical trials, again, they try to more so focus on people with higher level injuries.
Exactly. So, I think.
Oh, and high level injuries and accidents that came from like car accidents or something like that. Because if you get in an accident where something breaks, then they try to help you out because there's no burning like that happened in severing or like stinging or singeing of the nerves when it happened when you get a gunshot. If you get shot with a gun, the bullet burning shit up while it's going through.
Right.
But if you get a crack or a break, they can really relieve pressure off your spinal cord by maybe moving or shifting or taking out of a bone. So that's another reason too. Where, yeah. But everybody injury, much so you can say it's lucky or not, but how you handle it, I guess.
You gotta look at that. You gotta look like we here talking and we sharing, we giving intel and sharing our experiences and situations, with each other and letting people know aware of what we go through and how we handle it. You know what I mean? So
you think them trials helped you?
I mean, they were doing research to try. No, it didn't help me, but they tried to help me. They tried to see, how, what my response was. What can I do? Just like you said, what can I do? Like my body can do, so they can, take that technology or whatever they're trying to do.
So do you think you got the function that you got back right now?
That's a good question.
Anyway.
That's a good question.
Say it again. Repeat that.
Do you think the function that you did get back? would it just happen anyway, or did you think the trials helped at all?
The trials didn't help at all because it did.
How do you know?
No, because the trial that they gave me had nothing to do with
How do you
how I'm
know?
functioning.
They
They gave me a certain trial for a specific.
No, that's the difference between clinical trials. You don't know what application it actually was in. I mean, you know what application it was intended for, but you don't know what it actually did. That's why when they got
A lot of my
classified for
functions came
certain
before the
things,
trials, but one didn't though. One didn't happen.
you
right,
know better. You know,
right,
you know
maybe
better than
2 months
anybody.
after, right into my accident while I was still in.
Because when I met you, you was what?
I'm
How
still,
far are you?
I'm still,
You not that long as you still in hospital.
Yeah.
Were you still in the hospital when I first met you? Or was you coming in for rehab?
I thought you told me he was buff as hell when you met him. So he had this hospital.
Yeah, he was.
I was lifting weights and then going to the gym. You know,
It was new.
Let me ask you, Marcus, but
no, because I was actually when I was in a chair, I was still working out.
I had my
They got all
son.
they got equipment, and like literally, I go to the YMCA used to be at Forest Homes, way out
Right.
here. So they got a lot of equipment that's more accessible for anybody that's in a wheelchair.
Still going over.
You can just slide up in there and just go to work. Everything from benching to everything in there.
let me ask Marcus. You don't have a spinal cord injury, but you did have a what's going on again?
So my spinal cord was collapsing on my organs and almost killing me to the point where they had to pull it straight back up again and then fuse my whole spinal cord fused to up here to down here. It stops up here.
So how did they fuse it? I mean, 'cause I got an infusion too. I got 4 vertebrae that fused together. So how did they? With that many vertebrae, they fused the whole spine.
Yeah.
So how did they do that? Did they use like?
I don't really know how it was done because it was like an emergency surgery.
Yeah.
And I think so. There was a part of my middle of my spine that was making everything happen. So he took a chunk of that out. So I had some parts of my spine removed, and then
So
fused
usually,
it back
what usually what first fusion is that the bones they fuse them together.
Mhm.
What you don't have is flexibility.
That flexibility.
It's
gone.
strong. It's
Yeah, like
so I'm
my neck
actually
is gone.
surprised.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask
That's why
Marcus.
I'm talking.
I was in rehab after for a couple of months learning how to twist and turn out of bed because I can't flex very well with it, and then I had to my cerebral palsy was messing it up too, moving and stuff like that. So I had to learn how to do all different things in therapy and stuff. Well, I was 5'10" before the surgery, and now I'm 6'2".
Perfect.
That's crazy. That's crazy how how old you are.
I mean, the younger you get when you get injured, it's better.
Yeah,
Mm.
it is. But the thing is, it's how it's growth.
Look how what?
His growth. He grew from what you say?
Oh, his height. His height.
Yeah,
That's
height.
all.
Well, yeah, because you got injured, but you had that when you
Like this,
he was still growing.
But I had it done at 16.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was still
yeah.
growing. Yeah, he was
Okay,
still
a young man.
I thought it was more.
Yeah, I'm only 25 right now.
Yeah.
I thought it was more recent. Like that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
no,
Yeah.
I know you was that young, so yeah, you're gonna have to spurt.
You say you 25.
Yeah.
How old are you?
that's none of your business. I mean that chicken.
Dang.
Wild animal.
You 25.
Grown. I'm super grown.
But my gunshot injury, that was a lot worse than my spinal injury. So I had more crazy things happen when my leg was damaged in my spinal cord.
Talk a little bit about your gunshot wound. You want to talk about how it happened?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But we were in the woods, target practicing, and I was showing my trouble in the group with firearms. So our friend Ethan,
Oh, you got a name.
He just name dropped, didn't he? Ethan.
Go ahead.
We know who did it.
Easton his last name is quotation. So
Yeah, go ahead.
he ended up walking and I broke into 2 pieces and then shot right in my leg. I didn't feel anything. I wasn't really phased at all. I just wanted to get to the hospital because I knew that it was just gushing down my leg. My leg was swollen. My shin was broken. So then we got to the hospital and my dad made it worse because all their shirts were wrapped around my leg and there was blood everywhere. So it felt like a movie, but I was super high on morphine, and they were cleaning up my leg.
All right.
And then my dad had to drive me back to Milwaukee, like to my mom's house. So I already knew that I was deadly going and she was going to kill me for doing all this. I knew I was done for it, but she was pretty chill about it. She kind of just took me to Freighter, and I was like a trauma patient. I think like a level 3. They fixed me up properly. And then I was like close to overdose on like morphine and Dilaudid because they gave me too much. So like my heart rate was like way up here. So then I had to like not give me anything for a while to like bring it back down. So like I wasn't really phased at any of it, but like it did like go in my mind like multiple times, like how am I not dead if I'm still here? But everyone that was just shocked that like I wasn't scared or phased when I hit my leg. I'm like that's not what I was really thinking at first. I wanted to get to the hospital. And like
You didn't panic, so you did.
No.
Probably said yourself from born in the South, man.
no, I just got a belt and then put it tightly around my leg until it got there. But ooh,
Good thing your mom was there. I'm like,
yeah, she's scary when she's mad. I knew that I was gonna die from her, but she was pretty chill about it actually.
shout out to your mom.
You should just throw a person shot. You should have killed me because my mama gonna kill you.
Well, I was
That's terrible.
like so like high on morphine that like when the sheriffs came in, they had to come talk to us and stuff. And I was saying some crazy stuff to them.
Oh, for real?
You
Yeah.
yeah.
I had to like my dad had to like hold his hand on my mouth because I was just getting like too high and crazy talk. Because I was like way beyond stone on the drugs that they gave me.
But what that stuff they give you in the hospital, man, that's
Serious.
like fentanyl.
Like, good thing that you didn't.
I woke
you
up
didn't
from surgery, and the first thing I said is fentanyl. Give me fentanyl 50.
So like I had all the highest drugs that you can get in the ER. That's what was all in my body, like the highest of the highest. Like it will just destroy you. Like that's how strong the pills were that they give me.
Yeah.
Like because with my cerebral palsy and like that, like the Dilaudid, ooh, that was a good feeling. All my pain just went away for like.
I had to lie. I mean,
So hold on, quick question. So with that whole Juneteenth shooting thing, you were saying that you posted and people was asking prayer.
yeah, well, I'm
This is what is upsetting.
I think I'm gonna say this. I think my thing is this. I gotta say this. I'm gonna turn around. When I think about Milwaukee, our people here or anywhere in America, people post these videos of some people post it maliciously. I didn't do that for likes. I didn't do that for shares. I didn't do that for any entertainment.
Right.
I did that because off top, you see, I got daughters. So when you see somebody, this little girl, when she got shot, she looked at me. I'm trying to tip my chair over. Bill was like no more than where you was at. I'm right here. The crowd was like where he was at. So, but when he was shooting, he came across. Like if I didn't duck, I probably would have got hit. I'm trying to tip myself over, but I couldn't. So I had to just lay in my chair. When I looked over, she scooted on the ground, and then she's like, "I'm shot." I did not know what was going on. I just seen her head plop back. So when I seen that, when nobody helping nobody, when people just laid on the ground, scattered everywhere, I rushed over there. My brother rushed over there to help. I didn't realize. I thought she just shot the leg. I seen blood on her outfit. They seen on her neck. Blood was coming out. So I'm telling people, hey, listen, she's shot. She need help. So my brother, he kept compressed her, kept her under control. One person I had was trying to keep her conscious. I knew what to do because of my situation. What people did to me, I took the experience and then I helped somebody else. You know what I mean? Because everybody out there panicking. They thinking they helping, but by them panicking so much, people screaming, dude was compressing her neck. Okay, he was helping her. But when he was helping her, he was also hurting her because he thought how he was helping her, he was holding her neck so strongly that once you hit that artery, it still squirt blood and still go through. They didn't know how to give her, she needed air. She kept on saying, I was reading her lips. She said, air. I read her lips. I said, man, everybody got to stop panicking. We dead in her face so she can focus on one person. So all this excitement, all this screaming, she looking, now she, you want to keep a person calm. So I know, but in my video, I posted that I was helping. So a lot of people seeing what I was doing. But but people don't realize I'm paralyzed. So when I had the camera, my phone was on me. It wasn't that I'm had in her fucking face, you know what I'm saying? But I was helping her. As people see, I was helping. See, I didn't expect that to go viral like that, but it went viral. I have no control over that. My thing is, don't have a negative response when you see somebody helping somebody. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and it was you and you wanted to be helped, you want to be helped. You want somebody to know where you at. You want your mother to know that you fought. You want your mother to know that people was trying to help you. Some people got their opinion about it. It was bad or it was good. But as long as the family said, you know what, thank you for helping my daughter, I'm good with that. I don't give a damn about nobody's opinion. I don't give a damn about nobody what nobody has to say. I don't care nothing about. I don't read comments and shit on Facebook.
Did you hear how she doing? How she doing?
I mean, I really after that it was I found out it was more than just it was 6 people shot. I don't know if he shot himself. I mean,
Yeah, I heard he shot himself.
yeah, because when he
shot himself.
pulled the gun out, he was right there. There was only one shooter. I only heard one shooter. I didn't hear two shooters.
No, it's literally on camera him pulling the gun out, shooting himself, and then shooting other people.
I seen him right in my face.
He
I'm
shot
like-
himself.
No, I'm saying
Because you
it's a
don't know
difference
what you're
between you being there and seeing it versus somebody.
No, I
else.
understand what you're saying, but it was so crazy because when he was limping away. He was trying to run, but he couldn't. He hopped down the street. I don't know how the police missed all that. But my thing is, like I said, I'm disappointed with
It's
the
called
response.
cognitive dissonance. That's how you miss it.
I'm disappointed with the with Milwaukee PD because they failed to assist. They failed to help people. The response time was that girl. If you can look at anybody's video, it was too long. It was another person said 20 minutes before you got help by the porta potty. I got that, and I got a problem with that because it was too many police there not to keep that crowd in control. When you see a crowd of kids, I don't care if it's any type of festival. You post and you observe and control this crowd of kids. It was one section, so it was no way you can't say we shouldn't. Okay, we don't have to sit there and babysit. Yes, you do because you know how this community is. It was bound for something to
So
happen.
with you saying that, all of us being victims of gun violence, how much do you put on that? Because I'm gonna just be honest.
As far as the responsibility,
No, so if I was a police officer, in today's time with all the stuff that's going on.
Chuck,
we ain't
Darrell,
talking
what
about-
up?
We ain't talking about Black Lives Matter, we ain't talking about that.
and we ain't talking about
In general, it was Juneteenth, celebrating.
but in our
Well, I'm
society
saying to
today,
celebrate, right,
I exactly know where you finna
So
go.
we still out here behaving.
Hey, that's true.
I'm not saying nothing about the people that got shot, but at some point, even if I'm a police officer from a law-abiding citizen, I'm like, okay, whatever, let the man will deal with it.
That
So,
ain't,
but
that
don't
ain't,
do
that
your
ain't,
job.
that ain't.
Don't be a
Okay,
police
but
officer.
yeah, you can say that.
Because
But
I'm gonna
at
tell you
some
something.
point-
Yeah, but at the same time, I want to just touch on what Ace was saying as far as the response, as far as aiding these people.
Right.
Okay. Now, I don't know. I don't know what if they train the police to treat people with gunshot wounds. I would expect they do.
Well, they don't
Look.
train them today, they can't.
You can do a tourniquet and all that kind of stuff, first aid. But as far as when you say, is it on us? Yes, on us.
It's on us to a certain extent. I blame.
We gotta start raising our kids.
Yeah, I
bro.
blame certain
We gotta
people
start
for
raising our
responsibility
kids.
of their
It's
kids.
taking responsibility, like you're saying, because at the end of the day, it ain't gonna stop, but you can please slow it down.
Well, stop.
Wait,
And find out where your kids are. If your daughter and your son is 15 years old, I'm gonna know where my kids is at. I'm gonna know what they doing. I'm not gonna say they're not gonna do nothing bad. I'm not no super parent or nothing like that. So don't go there.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying though is, I got a 19-year-old that's there with me, and I know where she's at right now. You see what I'm saying? So I say that to say what you saying, Harvey. Man, listen, man, we gotta do better. It's just that simple.
It takes a community, it takes.
That's the only thing it is, it's a community, because you can raise the kid the best you want to. You may know where they at. You don't know what they doing.
Man,
Well,
listen,
I'm
man.
just saying
Like I
that
said,
instance
man.
where he's saying that, you know, the police to do that. And yeah, I mean, if it took 20 minutes for somebody to get to somebody.
The response time, and then when they
already
came, my thing is like this, I understand you're police, and I expect police to observe their surroundings, themselves, to protect themselves, but when they got to certain situations, they was like,
scared,
they all,
man.
it was just too fake to me. Like, they all froze up, like they didn't know what to do. The police, it was so,
Oh,
if you look at the video,
They stalled
the
out.
people were still, they stalled. They all was frozen, like, what the, like it was new to them. But you're supposed to, you see this every day. But they took control of the crowd, but then they got aggressive with everybody. That was still helping. Y'all wasn't helping. Y'all leaving this little girl on the ground. So it's just,
When you say got aggressive, what you mean?
they got just aggressive
It's
because
almost like crowd control.
they was trying to crowd control, but they did it all in the wrong way. They took them like, they started forcing people.
Oh,
And that caused it a reaction. And,
That's usually what cops do, though.
but it's a way.
I'm not
to do it.
saying
You don't
it's
do it
good.
with force and
I'm not saying,
aggressive.
I'm not saying it's good at all.
You're gonna
That's,
trigger somebody.
that's
And
what
they
happened
triggered a
here.
lot of people when they did that. Instead of saying, well, hold on, then we're gonna make it, we're gonna box this off, we're gonna make this a crime scene. Everybody please back up. Back up. They just came in, picked them bikes up and started, boom. So that caused people just start fighting with the police.
Uh-huh.
They was touched them up because they came too aggressive. Instead of, I'm not saying come calm and say, everybody please back up. But there's a certain way you don't pick up certain things.
I forgot about that.
All right, man. Safe travels. Y'all be smooth.
Yeah. That situation, again, one of the things like, when we talk about the gun, when I want to talk about the gun, they got rid of guns in Australia.
They can do it if they want to do it, but what would be the point? That's what America, this is what we, out of all the countries, like if you think about countries and what they supply to the world. Only thing we supply to the world for the most part is entertainment.
He said they didn't
We are-
freeze. He said they didn't freeze, boy. Because Darrell was down there.
Who is the real?
Oh my God, Darrell, he was down there.
He said they did freeze.
Yeah, he said they ain't freeze, boy.
You said entertain. What you mean, Harvey?
We
That's all.
entertain.
That's all we
That's what
export.
we provide, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you think about it.
Yeah, he right though. I mean, it's always two sides to argue, but again, it's about your perception. That's what I was speaking of when I said back there. That's cognitive dissonance. Like how you missed that. Darrell got a different view of it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
he's saying as the crowd, as the cops, you know, if they roll, he said they did good. They controlled the crowd. You know,
Right, that's what they got to do.
Right, but and Darrell again, you can see he's saying they're not therapists. But from
No, they're
A's
not.
perspective, it's
Yeah.
more so again, it's more of them things where he like, you know, y'all could have did better. Could they? Or what was your solution? Because he said, I'm saying don't be so aggressive, but I ain't saying come in nice. But what are you saying there? You know?
From what I was told, they used to have, since 2009, they had snipers and stuff on it. It was the first year they did.
Yeah. But
I'm
again,
glad they didn't.
No,
hey,
they
look,
did. Why not? Because they would have popped dude.
No,
Probably
again,
before he would have.
you don't know that.
You don't know.
You don't know that. I just think
But
again, the
we
problem,
never had no beef
listen,
in all these years.
but the problem again is
I
the
was
gun.
shot.
The
I think about them saying,
because you shoot somebody with a sniper bullet, nobody don't know who actually shooting. They can, you know what I'm saying, just have more shooting start.
but by seeing somebody on a roof like snipers, that would deter them from
Yeah.
cutting up. I see what you're saying now, Harvey.
It's a deterrence, really.
If I see some people, if I see some police on top of the roof with rifles, I ain't gonna hold my
But
gun.
I just like the whole, like even just like I just don't understand, man. That we don't. In all honesty, like when you talk about takes a community, you raise the kids and this and that.
Right.
With the age of the internet, I don't care how poor you are. I don't care what community you in, your parents, whatever. When people we still got people saying, I turned to this way of life because I was trying to feed my family. I ain't have no other choice. That's a lie, because with the internet, you got enough information out there in the world that you do have other options. you see other people doing other things.
Yes,
So people grow up in the community who don't even have no parents and make a choice to do something positive. It's easy to do something. You know how easy it is to drop out of school and say, "No, I'm gonna go sell some dope." But you know how hard it is to go to school every day,
Very easy.
do some goddamn homework, whatever, come back to school, but that's hard to do. So no, it's easy to do. Did I do everything right? I started game banging in Chicago. That was some of the dumbest shit I ever did in my life. I'm glad, even though I came here and got shot, if I would stayed in Chicago,
We did.
I'd be dead or in jail anyway, behind some goddamn gangbang. And I'm gangbang over some set that we don't own. My mama was renting. We getting up on Saturday morning, instead of watching cartoons, we outside. Somebody got us some liquor from the liquor store at 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
We looking for somebody to fight. And we were shooting people back then, but we looking for somebody to fight.
That's the difference.
So, right,
The gun.
right, just imagine, right, and I just imagine if guns was prevalent when I was a teenager back then.
That's why it's younger people getting shot earlier now, 12. But being gangster is like I said again, take care of your kids, take care of your family. If you don't work for yourself, go to work, all that stuff. So as we was growing up, I don't know, I can't speak for y'all, I can speak for myself. It went from the Jeffersons, the Cosbys, and then what it going to Howard. It came a point to where they started putting the stuff that we see now that's like really, they was showing it then.
It's
You
no
understand
family.
what I'm
It's no
saying?
family TV no more.
Right. So
No family
I say that to
TV.
say this here though. Back to your question as far as being gangster, that's just what it is now. You could ask me that 20 years ago, probably
Right.
a different answer.
Another thing we're dealing with disability. You know, whether you're mobile or you're depending on transit or stuff like that, you're waiting on someone.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're at their may, is really, if you want to look at it, when they come to get you, when they can come to get you.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm thankful that I got it though.
Yeah.
Because you know it's a lot of people that's not that should be eligible for this program that's not getting it. You know what I mean? They gotta get on the bus. And I don't know last time you been on the bus hard because I know you got $8,000, $9,000 trucks and vans. But that bus, man, you got a bunch of different people on there now, man, and they built different now.
That could be anxiety.
You know how we used to get on the bus and go in the back and climb?
Yeah.
They do it all through the whole bus.
That is something that I did not know.
Yeah,
on
they
the bus.
doing that.
So
I
I'm thankful that I got this
You used
thing,
to
so.
you used to respect the bus driver enough to
Yeah.
get away from him and go back in the back of the bus.
Oh, they stand right there for the bus driver now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like at 14 years old, you can kill 2 or 3 people already. Like,
That's
At 14, I was riding my bike,
that's
bro.
that's your upbringing, you know.
He killed 3 people by 14.
That's what I was saying, dog. That is
I'm just saying, Jim, there are people,
that's
there are
passing the
people.
poison. What I was speaking about before. You don't grow up and just kill people usually. You know, so that's something you gotta see.
So what if so we know there are scenarios where there's been kids who mother and father both have been in their lives and been great parents and still went out and did.
Nothing is across the board.
Right.
You
So I'm
can't
just saying
control
that-
every scenario.
So is
we don't choose the way the genes put together. Somebody
Just
can have a
trying to
screw.
do something though, Mike.
So-
You got to
This is
get
the
in your
part.
kids' life. When they got them phones and all that, they 14, 15 years old. Jump on there and see what they doing on there, Mike. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Now,
I
you ain't
agree.
gonna be able to be. I'm not trying to say be a super parent, man. But you know, I do room searches. You know how to do cell search? You ever been
I'm-
to the y'all been in jail when the sheriff come there and be like, man, I gotta come in and check your room out.
yeah.
Just say, man, I know it sounds crazy,
No,
but
but
it's
they
the truth,
living
man.
in your house.
It's funny
Something
though. He
listen.
said, I do
Tell me something, man.
room searches.
Man, let me tell
They
you
live
something,
in your
man.
house.
Man, hey, man, when I got my daughter's phone when she was 12 or 13 years old, I didn't even want to do it. But
Right.
because this is fad now.
Yeah.
It's like we had Atari.
Okay, the video games.
And the
Yeah.
video games and stuff. This they game, the phone. So make a long story short, man, I'll say that to say this here, man. Like I said, getting back to what me and Mike was discussing, as far as, with the community helping us with the kids, it gotta start at home first, man.
Yeah.
It gotta start at the crib. Stop being your kid's friend, bro.
Yeah.
Be your kid's father.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I ain't drunk with none of them. I got grown kids now too. Dang, I ain't never had to sit with them. I definitely didn't sit around sitting
They
no
should,
more
right?
weed with them.
They should feel comfortable coming around you doing either.
Yeah,
But again,
but now they're going to the clubs together with each other. The mom and the daughter doing TikTok videos, shaking their ass and shit. Hey, please, that don't miss no better. See one of my sisters dressed like that.
Look, that's one of the things too, though. Again, like I'm not knocking none of what you said because it just seemed like to me the way I was raised, that is just what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So when you see, you like, how y'all doing it? That don't make no sense. But every generation look at the previous generation like, oh, you know what you talking about,
Right.
So it's the other side of the coin, just play devil's advocate on it. So if you don't do it with them, they end up doing it by you with the young generation. Now they raising themselves.
Okay.
Because if you're gonna cut them off from it, or you're gonna guide them through it, type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Take that journey with them, but you can't stop it.
No, like you said, because I had good parents, man. I had good parents. I just. So
Like he said.
Now you saying you ready to go back.
Oh, you know what made me do
What
that?
was so powerful?
Now, when you would have asked me that when I first got locked up, just because I had to feed my family.
Right, like he said.
Listen,
I gotta do
Hey
what I gotta do.
man, I'm starving, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking lights was out, man. Man, shit, we didn't have a refrigerator. We was using the window. Man. You know what I'm talking? Right. I ain't come from that.
Right.
I didn't come from that. Now listen though. Okay, yeah, we started in the projects. Mama moved on up. She worked at Middle Creek.
Yeah.
And, so she was able to provide.
Right.
Now, did I have George when George came out? No.
Right.
Did I have a go-kart with a motor on it? No.
Right. But you was.
I still had a bike.
So what made you?
Ignorance, laziness, getting a fast lane. I like the fast money, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. That's what made me do it. It wasn't nothing about no education and the white man got student markets. But I'm just saying though, you know what I mean? All them excuses, we gotta get away from that.
That's all. Right.
I fell into their trap. Bro. I really believe that, you understand what I'm saying? They setting that shit up for these kids. Look how they made it easy for them to steal them cars.
That is,
it's something. It's somebody or someone. I'm not just saying white folks. It's something behind. It's evil behind all that.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
That is one thing that I didn't think nobody would ever click on or key on. Like, you know how the whole crack epidemic. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not. Again, I know you right on the conspiracy theories, but it's
No, the crack was that was.
It's one of the things that I don't want to just completely dismiss it, you know what I'm saying, by thinking in my head like, nah, it was just them trying to save money on the parts, because you save money by the way they made the car to have it happen. But that could be, and again, I'm not trying to drive down that rabbit hole right now, but I believe that could be just one of the things you can say, no, we didn't want this epidemic of cars stealing and people getting killed to happen. Yeah, we don't want this to be the new epidemic. It was because we found a loophole to where we had to pay. We save money. That's what made this happen, because we try to save money. When it could have been, again, one of the things that was targeted. We know who's stealing cars, people in the hood. We know who they can kill, the people in the hood. We know who's gonna be affected by this, the people in the hood. We know we're gonna make money off of raising the insurance rate from all these cars and the people getting hit, and the neighborhood you live in, the people in the hood. Again, it could be another way to siphon all of the money out of the neighborhood they want to get rid of. But I don't want to drive down this rabbit hole, but I don't want to overlook
Now,
that could be.
Now, with that said,
Yeah.
Why they do what I will say, it's these kids and this and that, and they made the car. What we all have to understand and realize is that it was somebody at the dealership that told people this is how you can steal this car.
No.
But how else would they know to,
He is so.
I'm saying somebody that
Not-
worked there. I ain't
Okay,
saying
somebody in
the
the pipeline.
Yeah,
That's
not the
bullshit.
building.
Hard, hold on. Just the same way,
Cause-
the same way how,
you know what
hold on, Mike, just the same way how they know how about the master key to the mailboxes. I never knew nothing about that. No,
I knew about that.
I didn't
But
tell
I
my
found out about it through word of mouth. But what I was getting ready to say was when Marcus chimed in, it's chiming on a different angle from what we talking about.
Right.
So that knowledge come from what out of that circle is actually you. So that's why I said again, it could have been, it's like a targeted attack. You know what I'm saying? I think when we go back to today, the reason why the killing happened because now kids don't get enough love at home to where it make them value life. Like my mom and them, I was told I love you and got food every day. So it was something for me to come back to. If a kid come back to a house where it's a crack addict and somebody that don't give a damn if they came in the house, like you got to be in the street, you got to be in the house before street lights come on. As a kid, you see that one of two ways. A, I got a strict ass parent and they don't know that I'm out trying to live my best life. Or B, at least somebody care about me. You know what I'm saying? You may be mad about it, but at least somebody care about me. If you go home for 3 or 4 days and you come back to the house and nobody don't even say where you been, you more so like, well, 3 or 4 days went back and go do 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't have no reason to come home.
She like growing up, like on the south side, I grew up on the south side. It was bad down there, like growing up and stuff. Like there was a lot of crime around us, so that's why we actually moved out here. My mom didn't like the crime, and you know, all we were taught by my father was, and my grandma Julie, you sit on the front porch, you hear popping go off, you tuck behind the brick wall.
Hey, look, most people that's from that area type deal, you can damn near distinguish the difference between a gunshot and fireworks. If you're not from that area, from that scene, you go in the area, everything is gunshots.
Because I explained to people,
I feel like
Everything is gunshots. So
I've got too old though, man. My nerves are too bad, man. I just, like I said again, man. My grandkids, man. I try to teach them what I know when I was raised up, right? You know, to get back to that. But I'm ready to check out, man. I'm ready to get up out the hood.
oh, I'm like, check out. Hey,
Yeah, no, not check out like that. No,
the upper room.
no. I don't know. I gotta make sure I get up there first. So yeah. But I just like I said again, I really want to just get away from where I'm at, man. Because hearing the fire trucks and the police cars and all that, man, it's like it's just, and now it's becoming too normal for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like 2 dudes shot at each other, one died up the street from my house. People had to call me and tell me, well, you know, I hear it so much that it don't faze me no more.
That's
And I got to freeze that, bro.
that's programming.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, this is all good. Man.
Like,
All right,
What
give
they
me
show
up to
what
what
people
building,
do,
man.
they know it's normalized now.
Yeah.
I remember when we used to see stuff on TV, like the news used to be like, oh my God, like what? I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
Now you damn near ready to turn the channel. I'm getting tired of seeing this violence.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
watch
saying?
news no more, man.
But that's again because now it's normalized in your
Yeah.
mind. If you say somebody gets shot, first of all, you want to know the main key question. You know what I'm saying? Are they okay? Type of deal. Why was it done? And probably most important thing, where are my loved ones?
Yes.
You know. Now it's more like, oh, they at it again. Everybody can just, whatever. This is you know how they do. I'm tired of it. I want to get away from it. So when you say you're ready to check out, and you're not talking about the death part. You're talking about get out the neighborhood. I think that's another thing that I'm not knocking you for saying you want to get out because I don't want to live in the hood either. But I think we need to be able to find a way to not have to leave where we at, but let's make where we at better. So we don't have to leave. So when say for example you was in that place, you able to to make the neighborhood better because when your kids growing up, that's what they know.
I really wish I had the energy and the
Patience.
patience to do that now. I don't have it. Not as far as trying to build up. Now, young cats like yourself, I don't know, or even older dudes that's in it. I'd rather just do it from afar. I can probably do some things from afar instead of being in that war zone, bro. Be down in that ground zero. And it's just I don't have enough, man.
Yeah.
I'm keeping real with you, man.
Yeah, I know.
So I lost my brother down in there. You know what I'm talking about? He got his brains blowed out. I done got paralyzed.
You know what I'm saying? And not saying that I know that it had my brother had that coming too. Now if you say that about me, I might have did have this coming too.
Okay.
Okay, just keep it on. But I'm saying, as far as with the community and people trying to build it up and stuff like that, it's gonna take, in my opinion, just my opinion, it's gonna take some young boys that can understand and relate with these young dudes. So I'm not on that same level no more. See what I'm saying? It's like what they find fun and what they do for fun is not the same with me. We used to like to go swimming and fishing.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about the video games and all that no more. So that's why I say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, just my safety itself. Because like I was just telling you, when I sit on the porch now, if they coming through that thing,
Who that?
hey, man, for real. Hey man, hey young fella, where you from? Oh man, what's up, OG? We good, man. Because they still wearing the masks.
Yeah.
And COVID over, but they say so.
I know you got that mask on.
You know what I mean? So,
You ain't gotta hide the mask and go grab it no more. You can just keep it on.
right,
Nah,
so I'm like, man, but yeah, man, it is what, like I said, man. I know violence is everywhere.
it is.
But if my advice, if you got the money, get out of the law.
Yeah. I want to say that the only way I feel like anything is going to change is it's going to take, not to sound like real life cliche, but it's going to take all of us. It's going to take the generation to do it, because these young dudes, it's hard to teach something that you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And by us saying, you know what, I'm gonna let them go do their thing, they feel again like the kid that come home with no parents. Or you don't give a damn what I do, so why should I care? So that's why again, you got to make sure you put something worth it, for like put some value in their life. And again, it's one of them things where it's gonna take time, it's gonna take energy, it's gonna take sacrifice.
I'm trying to come up with a solution for the problem or problems. It was just as far as, you know, I like hearing other people's ideas and seeing where other people coming from as far as with that. So, like I said again, that's why I'm down here. You know, it's and only been here twice though, but then I've been around y'all the other time too. It just giving me a little.
That's what's up.
It's tapping in on that though, because that'll be another thing though, Mike, is farming. Get these young dudes, get them out the city, let them experience some other kind of stuff, man. Besides the city stuff, you know what I'm talking about? You know, you about me, you about Sam, man. You know, we went on. I was the Boy Scout and stuff. We went on camp trips and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But that farming, that's something.
Because we had a farm all my life, and I was on the farm working all day long. So you know,
own food.
The thing is like when people look at us, they're always going to wonder first, like, where's the Confederate flags? Where's all the
Hey,
What do you mean?
Them stereotypes. Them stereotypes.
Let's hear me out. So I never even supported that. I wasn't even with those type of groups.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just had plain cowboy boots, and I just kept to myself. And like I said, I let you do what you gotta do. And stay away from us.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? You know, my brother was about that life, and I slowly educated him on it. I'm like, you're really not from the South. You're from the South Side, so you really shouldn't be throwing all that up in the air like that. And that's how you get yourself beat up, because my brother is not from that life. So, you know, when you throw up education that's not really true about yourself, you're going to get a lot of questions asked, and it's better just to stay out of that